What is up, Juventus fans? Welcome back to the channel. Here's what we're talking about today. For today's show, we're talking about the Locatelli offer. It's low that Juventus is offering. Honestly, it's very low. It's embarrassing low what Juventus is offering. Then we've got Pjanic's meeting is taking place. And then what are the options when players are leaving? We talked a little bit, or we will talk about it tomorrow. Sorry, today the transfer meter video was who's coming in. Tomorrow will be going out. We'll talk about that as well tomorrow, but we'll give you a little bit of the appetizer today. So stick with us. We will fill you in. Ciao ragazzi, welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. My name is Justin Sofro. Today is Monday, August 2nd, 2021. Before we do anything, I need to make sure I get on this because otherwise I've let it drag on too long. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet. Our community only continues to grow and we want you to be a part of it. If you haven't subscribed yet, please join us. Leave a comment down below if you have subscribed. I want to know who you are and I want to be able to communicate with you. This isn't a thing with this community where we just want a number. We actually want to know who you are as a person, as a Juventus fan, what's your story and all that. So please hit that subscribe button. I'm really interested in knowing who you are, and I appreciate you if you do subscribe. Then let's just go ahead and jump into it. We've got I don't want to say a packed show, but we've got a solid amount of information on today's show. So let's just go ahead and jump into it. The very first topic of the day, I'll be honest, and this is a little bit frustrating. It is a Locatelli situation, and here's why it's frustrating. Romeo Agresti is reporting on Juve's offer to Sassuolo that Juve are offering a 2-year loan deal worth 5 million euros, and then at 2.5 million euros a season for the loan, with an obligation to buy under certain circumstances, set at 20 million euros. 20 million euros. Like, okay. Before I get too hype. Okay. And then Sassuolo are wanting a 1-year loan close to 5 mil with an obligation to buy it at 30 million euros. I'm sorry. At this point, Juventus is being ridiculous. They're embarrassing themselves. They're embarrassing the fans. They're embarrassing the club. I understand not having money, but if you're going to go after a player like Locatelli, 25 million euros is an embarrassing number to offer for the player when you're over here trying to get 40 million, 45 million, whatever it is for Demiral, who is a lesser player than Locatelli is. That's the situation right now. You're offering 25 million euros to this club to have you loan this player out for 2 years, and you're only going to play 25 million euros. That's embarrassing. It's frustrating as a fan. This is why it's not getting done. It's because of your negligence in the situation. Whatever. Anyway, before I go off the deep end, maybe I already started. 35 million euros is fair. What Sassuolo is asking, a $5 million 1-year loan. I understand maybe you want 2 years. If you could change that to 2 years, mess with those numbers a little bit, but still pay 35 million euros. I think that is a fair price to pay for a player of Locatelli's caliber, of what he will bring to the midfield. It's ridiculous that the offer is going to be 20 million euros and then 2.5 per season. If they go for it, they go for it. But holy hell, you're embarrassing yourselves right now. It's ridiculous. Let's move on. That's the way I look at it. Let me know what your thoughts are. Going on with the Locatelli situation, there's an alternative of what they're looking at. Gazzetta dello Sport is reporting that the difference between Sassuolo's demands, a fee and payment structure, and offer is big. Yeah, it's real big. It's real big. It's stupid big. And it's not Sassuolo's fault in this, in the circumstance. The risk of this deal dragging on is high at the moment, something the clubs don't want. Therefore, there's also a plan B, and that is Bakayoko. That's that player. Not high on him. I would not like this option. Like, no offense. No, thank you. That to me, that is not a plan B for Locatelli, a player of his caliber, a player of his stature and his future, what he can be for Juventus and for the Italian national team. No, thank you. Bakayoko. It's not something I'm interested in. Move along. Juventus, get your crap together and offer a decent offer to Sassuolo. You're embarrassing us. Okay, I gotta stop saying that, but I'm kind of heated right now. I'm heated with that's the amount. That's ridiculous. All right, Let's move on to the next story of the day. That way I can be a little bit, this isn't going to do anything for my blood pressure, but here we go. And it's about the Pjanic situation. Romeo Gresti is reporting that in the last few hours, the entourage of Pjanic has contacted Juve again to try to accelerate. The ball now passes to the Bianconeri, who want to close Locatelli. The two are not alternatives, but who must above all move a current midfielder in the squad. So maybe that's a little bit helpful to what I'm feeling. But basically, for Pjanic, Romeo Gresti is basically confirming, yes, they would have to move a midfielder for him to come in. So maybe I can calm down, take some deep breaths right now, and realize, hey, maybe Pjanic isn't on the way. So that's the situation, though, with Pjanic. Let's move on. Next story of the day. Another Romeo Gresti source, basically he's saying there's only one spot for two players. And that's regarding, and I talked about it. I'm sorry, this is the thing I was talking about. This is what I talk about a little bit tomorrow, for tomorrow's video. But anyway, he's saying that Juventus have no intention of getting another back. Watch out for Sciglio. He's not unsellable, but the final say will be with Allegri. I find it hard to believe that Juventus will keep Sciglio and Pellegrini together. And absolutely, yeah, I think those two players. And this is what I kind of was talking about tomorrow. I'll go maybe a little bit more into it just real quick. Is basically in the Monza match, you're looking at either Sciglio or Pellegrini, and if you're picking between one of those two players, Sciglio was the better player against Monza. Pellegrini couldn't find his assignment. He didn't know what he was doing. He was losing possession back and forth all just throughout the entire match. He was a liability. There may be injury there, I don't know, but at the current time, it did not look impressive. And honestly, Sciglio looked serviceable in that moment. I never thought I would say that. I never thought I would lean that way of the two. Let me take a drink real quick. Sorry if I just slurped in the mic. Anyway, the next story we have is a Messaggero, and they're saying, did I say that weird? Whatever. They're saying that I need to take a breath sometimes. Sometimes I just keep speaking and I don't breathe, and I can't breathe through my nose. So yeah, right now I can't. Allergies. Anyway, Sarri told the Lazio management that he really likes Demiral. The club could make an offer in the coming days, so it's just another option that we have for Demiral. If other things don't work out, but that's kind of interesting, especially because we've also had the Rugani association with Sarri, that he's interested in bringing Rugani in. We'll see what happens there. Do they go after one of the players? Do they go after either of the players? I doubt both, but we'll see if this is just smoke and mirrors and we're just hearing rumors and then nothing comes of it, which is more than likely most of the time. But that's something to keep an eye on. But then going on with the story, we'll continue with Nico Schira, who is saying that Atalanta, about their interest in Demiral, saying that after Romero's sale to Tottenham, Atalanta will work to sign Mehdi Demiral. Atalanta are preparing a bid worth 25 million euros plus 5 million bonuses, while Juve want 35 to 40 million to sell. Now, I know I talked about that earlier in the situation that kind of set me off when it came to the offer made for Locatelli by Juventus. If I look at this one, they're preparing 25 million euros plus 5 bonuses. Depends how easy those 5 million bonuses are to make up. Do I think 30 million? I could see that 30 million would be a fair amount for Demiral. I don't want to go off too much. I know Juve are wanting 35, 40. I would prefer they get to the 35 million euros, but you know how it is also. The reason I was so frustrated with the Juventus offer for Locatelli is that basically you're putting it at the actual purchase will be 20 million. Actually, no. Actually, this would be the equivalent. So I'm not I'm not a big fan of this either. I guess I would say more. It just depends on the bonuses, how easy they are to get to. I would prefer, obviously, they get to 35, but this total would be 30 million for Demiral, while Juventus's total would be 25 million for Locatelli, which to me is still unacceptable. Again, I was trying to really think, some critical thinking to think if I really thought this was a fair offer. I don't know. I would prefer, obviously, another 5 mil, but if you're comparing the players for what Juventus is offering for Locatelli and then what Here's what I'll say. If Juventus values Locatelli the way they valued him, and they offered that for Locatelli, but then they go in and they're valuing Demiral at 35-40, but then they're not willing to accept 25 plus 5 million euros, you're a hypocrite. That's all I can say. Sorry, am I coming off really negative today? That might be a situation, but that's kind of one of the things you get with this channel. I'm not just going to come up here and blow smoke up your ass and tell you that everything with Juventus is great and we're doing fine. If I'm upset, I'm going to be honest. That's why we're a fan channel by the fans, because we're not always going to be happy with the decisions made by the club. All right, let's move on. We got Romeo Grassi talking more, saying about the offers for Daniele Rugani, saying that Juventus have had several requests for Rugani from Turkey and Betis Sevilla, but are taking their time. So there is an option that Rugani could not be playing for Juventus next season. You know how I feel if you've been on the channel before. I think he's a defensive liability. Maybe with Allegri he'd be better, but under Sarri he was terrible. He gave me heart palpitations. I think I like to say that. Just something to keep an eye on for the foreseeable future. If Juventus really wants to flip the player, those are some more options that'll come up. We'll see what he'll be open to. Talking about flipping players, we got Mirko Di Natale is talking about Ramsey, saying that there is interest from the Premier League for Ramsey, but Juve have not yet officially communicated a sale to his entourage. So that's the way we're sitting right now. When it comes to Ramsey, hopefully they will communicate that sale, because we need to get him gone. At this point, it'd be better to get him out, even if it means bringing Pjanic in, just because Ramsey's really not bringing much to the table, if anything. And then we have an update, just like a quick update from Fabrizio Romano, kind of confirming that Giorgio Chiellini is set to sign a new contract with Juventus until June of 2023. 2 years extension to be announced soon. It means he's planning to be a part of Italy's team in Qatar 2022. That is awesome news. That's the big part of here, as it seems that Leonardo Bonucci was successful in convincing Chiellini to continue playing, continue his career, to represent Juventus until 2023, but also to represent the Italian national team in the FIFA World Cup. I guess is it this year? It's this winter, right? Or is it? Yeah, am I wrong? Is it this coming winter? It just seems crazy just because of let's see, 2 years. So yeah, this coming winter or the winter after, whatever it is. Maybe it's next winter. I don't know. Sorry, I'll have to confirm those dates. My mind's not working right now. I'm still, fuming over the other stuff. Anyway, during the winter when they play, which is throws me off, because I enjoy looking in the summer for me. I know different parts of the hemispheres and all that, you have summer and winter flipped. But with me, I'd rather them be playing in the summertime. That gives me, more enjoyment during that time, when it's usually a dead period of sports in general. Whatever. I'm not going to nitpick here. And anyway, that's basically the news that we have for you today. I feel like it was juicy enough with some of the comments that I made and the situations going on. We'll keep an eye on everything going on with Locatelli. Hopefully we'll get a freaking update soon, and hopefully we'll get an update that's actually beneficial for both parties, and that we can actually get this thing done instead of Juventus pussyfooting around right now. So we'll see what happens going forward. Make sure you go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button to the channel, as well as hit that bell icon to stay notified for all of our latest videos regarding Juventus. Everything's going to be regarding Juventus, of course it is. I know I like to sidetrack a little bit, but the main story is Juventus. Anyway, make sure you follow Bianconeri Zone at Bianconeri Zone on Twitter and Instagram, and follow me at Justin Sofer on Twitter. Forza Juve, Forza Bianconeri.